What's up, everybody? Big Hurt 916. You're tuning into another edition of my vlog. I want to say thank you for subscribing. Thanks for all the support. You know I'm all about that positivity, that motivation. And you know my other big thing is cars. I'm a big car guy. I love muscle cars. I love exotics. I love JDM. I love classics. And I have one of my cars over at this shop, Hunt for Speed, being worked on. And I want to introduce you to my good friend, Matt Hunt. He's got some stories about the car game, man, you guys won't believe. Come take a walk with me. Matt, what's up, man? Hey, man, good to see you, man. Hey, me and this guy go back almost 30 years. Met in high school. It's a hell of a story. That's for another video, but he's big in the car scene, so I'm going to let him kind of talk about what he's got going on in the shop here.
Yeah, what's going on? Like I said, so what we got going on, this project we're just finishing up right now, a little 60 catalytic convertible. I've worked on everything, you know that from way back in the day. I started my love was with imports, JDM, you know, through and through, mostly 2JZ Super stuff.
Okay.
Is what I really started in on. And then we evolved into become car fabricators, and now I look at any type of vehicle, you know, they're my medium. You know,
so when you started off with the 2JZ thing, man, you know, I remember we talked about it a little bit, but like the whole Fast and Furious thing hadn't really took off yet, man. How was your involvement?
We were way before Fast and Furious. Okay. Like how I started, you know, my routine is I was building exhaust for a cat way back when, and this goes back to late 80s, or early 80s, late 80s, early 90s, you know. Okay. When I finished up with school, I went to work for a cat at Showman Exhaust, building exhaust systems. We would do one-off exhaust systems. And then it escalated, and that business got pretty big, and we decided it started to get too big for the guy that was doing his bridges, so I kind of parted ways. Just sitting there one day, actually looking through the paper, and a company called Rod Miller Motorsports was hiring. You know, so I went with the ad and went down there, and they were hiring a sales guy, fabricator guy. You know, so I interviewed with the guy by the name of Reese Millen, which was Rod Millen's son, and that was back in like 1992, 93. The Super hadn't hit the U.S. market yet for U.S. sales, but Reese had got his hands on one in 92, which in 93, 94, we raced up Pikes Peak in the showroom stock division. So that started us on the Toyota Supra, and me and the Toyota Supra, and building the Toyota Supras back at Rod Miller Motorsports. And then it escalated into, we started doing some really crazy development. I was doing the first guys to put single turbos, there's a company called Greggy, a company called HKS. They don't fall by the wayside. Greggy's still really strong, but the heyday for Greggy and all the import stuff were the mid-90s, you know, when the import market was going crazy. Battle of the Imports was going on. I mean, we raced the first cars at the Battle of the Import drag races out in Palmdale. You know, back in 1992, 93, when Frank Choi was running this thing called Battle of the Imports. When Hondas, we didn't know anything. People were trying to drag Hondas as fast as they could, torque steering all over the place, you know, and we were developing super stuff. And so we went that road for a long time, and rode the coattails, and we built some bitchin' cars. And then I traveled around the world building Supras with Reese at Rod Miller Motorsports. I had to take a couple of years of absence. I went over to Saudi Arabia, built a single turbo car, and then it just escalated into us doing a bunch of Supras. And then,
what's some of the biggest horsepower Supras you think you built at the time?
We were in the 12 to 1600 horsepower.
Way before like everybody's doing the Nissan GTR.
Way before that. You know, I was me and a guy back east, guy by the name of Vinny 10, who ran a company called Performance Factory out in New York. We used to battle all together, and then some little guy, some guys now they're not so little, they're actually pretty big, but this guy by the name of Nero from Titan Motorsports. Nero, Titan Motorsports, didn't even have Titan Motorsports. He owned a Supra. He called me for his first downpipe, for his first intake. and now he's one of the best Supra builder guys.
Yeah.
You know, I can go on and on with a list of people. I mean, we got into like Craig Lieberman. I worked on Craig Lieberman's car, which Craig Lieberman is the one in Fast and Furious. His is the orange Supra.
That's the one that Paul Walker drove.
The one that Paul Walker drove.
Yeah.
I worked at that at Rod Miller Motorsports before it even went to Stilling. We did a Ready Strut Tower Bar on that car way before it was the infamous Supra in Fast and Furious. You know, Craig Lieberman, great guy, you know, but we did a lot of development, and me and Reese went on, and then in the mid '90s, I got contacted to build a car overseas, over in a company called Bahrain, a country in Bahrain. So I went overseas, and this was right after the first Gulf War. We went over there. I went over and worked for a guy by the name of Abraham Kanoy and built a 2JZ car for him. And I brought a couple other people with me that helped me out along the way. A guy by the name of George Martin, and a guy by the name of Kirk Miller. Well, Kirk Miller is now, I believe, president or vice president of a small company called AEM, Advanced Electronics. You know, everyone knows AEM.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I've been around so long. I remember when Greg, the original guy from AEM, came into Rod Millen with a cold air intake made out of aluminum. And we were laughing for a Honda Civic.
Oh, shit.
It was the very first prototype intake. That's how far I go back in this industry, and I mean, we got stories to tell.
Yeah.
You know?
And then, like, I see you have a big Affliction thing up here. What was your relationship with them? 'Cause I know you did some stuff with them.
In 2012, 2010, you know, Affliction contacted me, you know, to build a Chevelle for them. You know, and that's a whole nother animal, a whole nother story on how I got into American cars. Somebody by the name of Ryan at West Coast Customs, you know, for kind of launching me into the domestic.
We got another
market.
video about that coming up.
Yeah, so got me launched in and put me in a situation. We'll talk about it in another video, but on a super deal that kind of went south, but I ended up fixing the deal and working for some really good clients. And I got to thank Ryan for opening that door for me, you know, and we'll talk all about that in another story. But yeah, so with the Affliction car, they came to me because they saw the stuff I was building, and I met with the owner of Affliction, and we built a 66 Chevelle, you know, and when we were in the meetings, my the as you would say, the model, or when we were in a think tank meeting, so to say, we looked at B-52 bombers, we looked at Hell on Wheels, we looked at Mad Max, Beyond Thunderdome, all of this stuff we looked at, and it kind of made a big think tank. And like I said, at the end of the meeting, he had me a picture of these 52 bomber, and he was like, let's make a car. You know, and it became a Patina 1966 Chevelle. And this is before, I like to think back in 2011, 2012 when I did this, you know, nobody had patina cars.
Yeah, they weren't
nobody did rat rod stuff.
Yeah.
You know, me and a guy by the name of John Moss, who is a very, very creative guy and was working for Affliction at the time. He owns a company called Brass Junkie. We got together. I built the car. We did. He did the patina work, and we kind of made a conglomerate of the Hell on Wheels.
Okay.
Is what now it was Affliction, and people know the Affliction. They know that car. It ended up on the cover of Carcraft as one of the first real rat rods. And then so many people jumped on board. I started going to the next year's season, 2013, 2014. We brought the car 2012, and it was outside, out in the parking lot. You know, we were nobody, and we got so many mad press. Next thing you know, Aaron Kaufman's building one. These guys are building
Everybody's
one.
knocking off.
Everybody's knocking shit, and I'm back in the back. Well, yeah, that's the first one we did.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, it's cars are my passion. You know, chasing. You know, now the YouTube thing and this. You know, it's good, but I love building cars. You know, and I build. You know, you can check out the Bronco. You know, about the Bronco we just finished.
We'll do some video work on that too. It's been a work in progress trying to get him on camera. Like I said, I've been coming here for quite a while trying to get him to get on camera. finally made it happen. You know what I mean? Good friend. We're going to do some more videos. And make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Hunt for Speed. This guy's Instagram going down. The homie Matt Hunt.
Thanks, guys.